Okay, so this is an annoying task. One of the things that I did not take into consideration for my templates is something that I know to expect, but I didn't do it. I should have, right here where this cut line is, should have made it a triangle or a dart. That way, whenever I fold these over, there's plenty of room. So now, I'm over here, hammering away like a moron, because I didn't do that and I had to cut them afterwards. And so now, I have to shape each individual one. Which is not so bad, it's just loud. Luckily, I chased the edges before I started. This could be really tedious. And there's a lot of people out there probably saying, hold your hammer out here. Look, it's a hammer. If you hit with it, it's gonna work. I don't give a shit how you hold your hammer. If it's comfortable to you and you get the job done, that's how you hold the hammer. And in this instance, holding it like this makes my arm shake. So I'm gonna hold it up here. And everybody who thinks that I need to change the way I hold my hammer, you hold your hammer, I'll hold mine. So what I'm doing is creating a rounded profile, because I kind of want this to be, well, round. And the way I'm doing that is hammering from the outsides to the inside, leaving the inside rounded. And I can just hold it up and look at it and just kind of see that it's about where I want it to be. Now there's a pretty high likelihood that I'll have to change up some of this, and that's fine. And once I finish, I'll change my templates. Yeah, crap. And I'll donate a little DNA to the machine here. Screw it. And for anybody who's trying to do this kind of stuff, hey man, more power to you. I'll tell you something. If you take your time and plan every step, you'll get a lot further than if you do everything perfect. Now that isn't to say that you shouldn't be working towards the goal. That means, here's what you do. Whenever I set a project in front of myself, I look at the end result. I want a coffee roaster. I specifically want a drum-style coffee roaster, much like the commercial ones available. Now, I can't afford one of those. They're expensive. They cost more than most cars. So, I got online and I looked at the end result. The end result was the coffee roaster. Then I put on paper what I wanted to look like, and then I researched what needed to go into what I wanted to look like. Once I figured that out, I could plan what I needed to put in this machine, gather the parts that I needed, and make it and change things to fit the design. It got bigger than I wanted it to be, quite a bit bigger, but I think it'll turn out better this way. For one thing, there's more flexibility in the larger design. If your design is larger, well, say electric doesn't work very well with this machine, and it may not. Well, since it's a larger machine, I have the flexibility to make it propane if I need to, which is a great thing. And since Since I thought of that, since I looked at it and found that most of the commercial units, in fact, everyone that I've seen online anyways, and the only one that I've ever laid my eyes on in real life was propane powered or natural gas, then I was able to plan that extra bit into this design. So if I need to change it, I can. With that said, there's the front panel for the coffee roaster. The internal drum just fits right here. And I'll have to file it a little bit to make it perfect because it needs to be loose in there. And the outer drums, the outer portions, which is this lid and its drum, will sandwich onto there. And the benefit of that will be that it will be pretty much self-centering. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take and measure the inside diameter here and cut little notches and have them just stick out, just so that they register against the edge, so that I know where the center is. But so far, that's what it'll look like. I'm making progress. And if I had to do it perfect each time, if it just had to look absolutely godlike, I wouldn't make any progress. So just because you don't think you have the right tools or don't think you have the right knowledge, it doesn't mean don't do it. All that means is that you need to research a different way to do it. I'm using centuries-old techniques to bend this metal because the only benders that I have for bending flat pieces are these. And they're not going to do it. So I had to come up with a different way. I took a chisel and chased the line and used a hammer and pliers to bend it over. Just because you don't have the right tools doesn't mean you can't do it. Just because you've never seen it, never done it, doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I get a lot of messages, how do you know all this stuff? Well, I don't know anything more than you do. I'm not any more talented. The best definition I've ever heard for talent was the results of hours and hours of practice. So, practice. Do what you want to do. I accomplished this piece here with a jigsaw, a hammer, a drill, and a couple pairs of pliers. Imagine what you can do if you have that much.